Hello, welcome to the show. My name is Karsha Gowan, and I'm wearing this because they made me. So, this is my driving outfit. Apparently, I do have a mask. It is right here, but I wouldn't be able to speak with it on. So, oh well. Let's get back into the channel because what was that?
Woot.
Good. Hey, we lost people. Okay.
It's funny because nothing else seems to go wrong with my internet. It's just Zoom kicks me out,
Fantastic.
which is super frustrating.
So we're live. We are unmuted. So hi everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
And
I do that
thank
every
you for the
week.
subscription. Thank you, Diadems, for coming in. I can barely read, so I'm going to be taking this off about now. Because, yeah. Oh, man. Wow. Wow, that's really hard to read with things on. They're not prescription. They don't work. But hi. So today we don't have Will. Will's not feeling well, so he's not in today for this week's episode.
Send him your love, send him your hug, send him your D4s.
And if it's next week, he's like, if you think of it as a consecutive thing, he may have still been in Android mode, so it might not be from last week's episode. Trying to think of more puns, more bad jokes.
He needs to be rebooted.
Or reboot. Factory settings.
True. Factory reset.
Yeah. So, hi. Welcome to the show. We're back. 22 episodes in.
Hey.
Yes.
And of
Welcome
course,
back.
we've got Syrinscape for our background audio, putting that back up so you can hear it. And let's do our intros. Emmy?
Hi, I'm Emmy Rabbit, but you guys can call me Emmy. I play Ava, the human monk. And today, I wasn't here last time, but apparently today we're being chased by a meat grinder.
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Meat
That's
grinder
about
on wheels.
accurate.
Meat grinder on wheels with a wereball
Okay,
driving it. Yeah.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Something like that. Yeah.
Let's not die.
And if you're playing the drinking game at home, you take a drink.
Oh, we'll
Yeah.
I have already titled the episode that it's going to be a TPK, so that's what I expect.
No. Would it be a TCK, total car kill?
I don't know, but I mean,
This
I think
could go many different ways.
yeah, and I
I
think
see.
Will's actually not here just to be the only character alive. Like the
Well, I mean, there are two options. It could either be as bad as we think, or it could be as not. It could not be as bad as we think.
I think it's
And, you know,
everything.
At that point, we are either right or we're pleasantly surprised by the outcome. So, you know, win-win, right?
something like that. Yeah.
Something
Anyway.
like
We've been completely distracted. Hi, I'm Miss Our Producer. I play BURLOCK, UNGUART, your Dwarven Barbarian. And yeah, I've been updating the Tormentors harpoon thing on my thing, because I'm actually half tempted just to say parlay. See what happens there. Anyway, Del.
Hi, I'm Del. I've been playing Reservoir, the Water Genasi Sorcerer. You know, we're gonna be okay. Reservoir is gonna think positively because otherwise she's gonna be too terrified to do anything.
So delusional.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
We're in hell. We're already
I mean,
delusional.
she's religious. What do you expect?
See, that's why
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
that's why Warwick doesn't believe in religion so much anymore. Because you can just be a realist. Hi, my name's Karsha Goblin. I am playing Warwick, the old soldier who somehow is still a paladin who has not fallen yet. Yeah, this is going to be an absolute nightmare. Might be a very short show today, but who knows? Who
See.
knows?
We'll see.
Oh, and we do have a chat dice in play, by the way. We have a D12. and we are totally going to steal it because Will's not here, and I think we might need it. But if you do donate, that also will then give Lorian, our GM, a D20 and take away our D12. So please don't
But
donate.
just wait until after we steal it.
Yeah, after we use it, then you can.
You know, sometimes the DM might use the dice for good.
I know, it's weird. I come across as I do the evil GM too much. So yeah. Anyway, our GM, hi.
Hi, I'm Lorian, and I am your Dungeon Master today for our 22nd episode of Descent into Avernus. And if we're all ready, shall we jump right in? When last we left the party, Ava the human monk, Ash the fire genasi sorcerer, Warwick the human paladin, Burlock the dwarf barbarian, and Reservoir the genasi sorcerer. The party experienced a vision brought upon by the mysterious Mad Maggie, delving into the deep repressed memories of Lulu the Hollyphant. You saw visions of battles, of an angel captured, of her brought before some mighty archdevil and forced to submit, signing away her divinity in blood in this infernal contract which blackened her wings, ignited her halo in hellfire. And you saw the two paladins by her side, one of them signing away his life as well, the other rather dying than fall, committing suicide to escape the fate, but being risen as some undead husk instead. After this vision, the party decided to follow the scattered clues, potentially leading to a vision Ava had seen of a sword being plunged into the earth and a colossal temple built growing around this sword before being covered by the landscape. Mad Maggie suggested seeking out a diviner to perhaps find out maybe the location of the sword, or if not the sword itself, maybe any of these individuals with a connection to it. And so, being gifted some rusty old war machines, you ventured out into the plains of Avernus, going through sandstorms, hordes of devils and demons, and finally, after a night's rest, you are now suddenly being chased by a colossal machine, driven by strange half-man, half-boar creatures and rat men, with a colossal wrecking ball on the back and a gaping maw of twisted, jagged metal wheels and gears grinding up rocks before spitting them out the back. This machine is catching up fast. What are you all doing? I would say it is about 100 feet away right now.
So that's
Panicking?
within range. Yeah, I think panicking's a valid thing. Do we have a map for this, or?
Well, the thing is, I tried to make a map. I don't know how well it turned out. This might take a while to load.
It's a big
Hold
one.
on, no, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one.
I want the Tormentor. Can I?
This map.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, I like that. Animated background and everything. Nicely.
Oh, I have to turn that on.
But,
And I'm dead.
after much thought,
Oh, there we go.
this kind of fight I think will be better in Theatre of the Mind. So I decided not to use that map, but I thought I'd show it off anyway, because I took a while to make that animated background. But if we get bogged down with exact positioning, it's going to detract from the fight. So we're going to do this Theatre of the Mind. So, this machine is about 100 feet away, and it is closing in. You see them as you're watching, you see one of these creatures on the back pull out a flask and you have
Oh,
moments to
no.
react as it uncorks it and opens a hatch on the surface.
Shoot the flask, please.
I would like to shoot the flask.
You have a flask.
No, I'd like to shoot their flask.
Okay.
Anyone got magic missile?
No, I'm on the javelin.
I don't have that, but they are in range of a fireball, if
Ooh.
acid ball.
Okay, do you want, before they do any of this, do you want to make them our friends or do you want to make them our enemies?
I
That's
think
the
they're
thing.
already our enemies.
Well, they're chasing us. We could all just yell parlay.
My action is to turn 9 degrees at least.
All right.
So if they're gonna do a speed boost, I want to turn to at least give them a bit more of a struggle.
Turn the other way.
So the bite, you turn off in separate directions like this.
Yep.
Okay. As you watch, they slam down this vial into...
Did I get a chance to shoot it?
I mean, you can certainly try, but what is the range on your javelins?
120.
120. You know what, for the sake of this, let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
Okay.
That's what I was
I'd
expecting.
say.
Yeah.
Tokens?
Make it
Let's
easier.
roll some initiative. For the time being, I will add all the turns manually.
Okay.
Yeah. Speedy.
Not as bad as it could have been.
I'm right where a sorcerer should be. Last.
Okay.
No, you're tactically advantaged. You know what's going to happen everywhere else, so you know where to focus your attacks.
Precisely. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm right where I should be.
So it's pretty weird that on the channel, this group, we've learned Starship Combat last week. Now we're learning Hellscape War Machine combat this week.
There are connecting threads. It's good.
Yeah, this is an educational experience.
I don't know why
So-
you guys keep putting Ava on my motorbike.
Because she's
I'm
fast.
pretty
She
sure
got to
last
it
time it was
first.
just because, yeah,
She
you weren't
demonstrated
here.
a capacity to drive it better than anyone else.
Yeah. We were like, Ash, no. No.
No, Ash. No. I can just imagine Warwick there with his halberd just going tapping Ash. No, bad Ash.
Well, if you put the
Nope.
halberd like as a lance, it works really nice.
All right.
So you stick it up the back and have a flag flying off it.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
can
you it'll
we
be
get a
Top
white
of the
flag?
round.
Can we surrender?
Top of the round, Ava. Your first move. As you rev up the motorcycle, it spins, kicking up dirt behind it as you dart off to the side.
Yeah.
You use your action to helm.
Yeah, and I kind of want to do like a big circle. 'cause
Okay, you're
my
gonna try and circle around
My
it.
main goal is to get behind it, but right now I think I need to see what they're doing with this vial.
Okay.
So
You
I'm
spin and you start a wide circle around them.
a really
As Warwick, you're just about to start turning. Meanwhile, as they see that, one of the were-rats on the back, spotting you, zooming off to the side, you get the sense that they're turning towards the main buggy, but even so, the were-rat on this side spins around and fires a harpoon right at you, Ava. And so that is going to be a harpoon. Oh, I need to pull up the actual machines sheet. So
Now we learned
That is
about
gonna
the
be a
finality of
21 to
self-defense
hit you.
last time.
bearing in mind you have half cover, so you have +2 to your AC.
20.
So your AC is 20,
Yeah.
just hits you. So a harpoon. This creature spins round, and a harpoon fires out from this machine and strikes you right in the leg, going almost through your thigh and embedding itself in the metal of the machine. You take 14 points of piercing damage as this harpoon embeds itself, blood splattering over the landscape as you leave it behind you.
Ow!
Ash is going to go, drive, soldier, drive! And she is going to, what's she going to do? She is going to use her bonus action to bring up, she's going to bring up her, what do you call it?
Yes, one of those.
Her force ballista, her ballista. But she's going to use protector mode, and she is going to grant everyone 8 temporary hit points. So keep track of that.
Me!
Except for you.
Except for you, because you drove away. And then for her action, she is going to... Yeah, what is the range on this spell? 60 feet. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that. Just looking at her spells. No, she can't do anything at the moment, so she is going to hold her action until it gets closer. Warwick, it is now your turn.
Let's turn that way.
You use the helm action. You spin the machine, turning it sideways, and it veers off against Ava, and you take it out 100 feet in the other direction. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn? You have a bonus action left.
I don't think I can do much of the bonus actions for the vehicle that I can see. Yeah, that's about all I can do so far. Actually, I'll cast shield on myself.
Okay, you cast shield.
Shield of Faith, sorry.
Shield of Faith. Right,
So
not
bonus?
a problem.
Yes, it is.
You sort of bulwark yourself down against the wheel of this thing. You feel like you're pretty well protected, but anyway, Burlock, it's now your turn.
Sorry, just looking at Gosh, just like little. I can just imagine him behind the little V-dub, when in this case it's the Tormentor. Okay, well, while that's happening, you can see Burlock is going to try to shoot the vial of something out of the person's hand. Am I still within range to be darted 100 feet the other way?
You are most certainly not.
Okay.
By this point...
Then I will hold my action of the harpoon flinger until I get into range, if they get into range.
Okay. Reservoir, it is your turn.
Mike.
Reservoir, you're muted.
Sorry, about how far away are we?
So, you are 100 feet away, and you've now turned off 100 feet that way. So, I would say you're about 140 feet away.
140 feet's in range.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
That was my incredibly quick Pythagoras theorem.
They have attacked an ally of mine, so I am going to cast a fireball, and I'm going to spend a sorcery point so that it's not going to be fire. These things are metal, aren't they?
Machines are metal, yes.
Cool. So I'm going to use the elemental spell of the sorcery point. I'm not going to change it to acid. I'm going to change it to lightning damage.
Okay. Would you like to describe this for me? As you do it for the first time.
Of course. So Reservoir has a comfort zone that she doesn't often go outside. Typically, when she does, things happen, like turning into a potted plant. But, things seem to be pretty dire here, so she sort of curls her hands together and wills this sparking ball of blue energy to form and just shakes as she throws it in that direction.
Okay. A small bolt, almost like a little spark, shoots across the empty, barren wasteland before almost like a ball lightning down an electrical wire. It expands into this large glowing sphere of electrical energy and impacts. Roll that damage. I do not think a 14 saves. No, it doesn't. How many sorcery points does that cost?
Just one. I am
Okay.
barely safe.
Okay. It fails. It fails, and you see it makes some serious impact on this machine. And what also happens is you see the machine, you see the guy driving the machine try and turn the wheel, but some catastrophic damage you've done to the axle has locked the steering in place. And you hear him bark out an order to one of the other werebores operating this thing. But you struck some damage, and you appear to have damaged this machine in some way that it can no longer steer.
Okay. Does it seem to have done anything to the individuals on it either, or just the machine?
Oh yeah,
itself?
that is a good point. They would have had to roll to save
saves.
as well. So let me just check cover 5e how that works for saving throws. 5e cover. Yeah, it is to saving throws as well. Okay, so Raga Draga, who is helming this machine, rolls a 16, so saves. Wereborn number 1
This is half damage at least.
rolls a 20, which saves. Wereborn number 2 rolls a 11, which fails. Wererat 1 rolls an 8, which fails. Wererat 2 rolls a natural 1.
Please tell me
So-
that's the one with the eco.
So the Icor is just gone. And the two werebores hunker down and protect themselves against this thing. One of them not quite as effectively, but you just see sparks flying and two bodies just flying off before being left behind in the dust. Apparently the two wererats have just been utterly destroyed in this blast, thanks to very bad saves and you rolling very high damage. Everyone else takes half.
Even the main guy on top.
Yep, he takes half because he saved. So that is half of 35. I would say that's 17.
Yeah, that is like an amazing roll for 8d6.
Yeah, that's insane. Okay. That ends your turn. One of the werebores, he is going to attempt to fix. Let's see. Yeah, you see this creature sort of crawl down, almost underneath the vehicle, and take out some kind of machine device, and you just see movement underneath. Which is going to be. Oh yeah, and you see just a sudden jolt of movement as suddenly the steering is loosened again, and he quickly climbs back up and rests himself on top. That ends his turn. The other werebore is going to quickly sort of jump over to one of the harpoon guns And seeing you, what you just did is going to aim it at you, Reservoir. So that is going to be a 13 to hit.
I'm gonna shield that.
Okay, a harpoon fires in your direction, and you strike upon an arcane barrier, and it deflects off. Ragged Dragger's turn. He is going to helm. He is going to turn this machine, and he's going to boost it. Use the dash action as a bonus action to do 200 feet, and just he is going to attempt to plow directly into the Tormentor. So, Kash, you are driving. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw with the Tormentor and add 3.
If you juke, you can use your reaction to give it advantage.
Yes, that's what I'm going to use.
So make it with advantage.
I
So this is d20 plus 5.
where am I? Toggle. Okay, well. Okay, it's always going to roll with advantage, so just checking that. There we go. Needed the advantage, I think.
18. You slam on the brakes and you push this thing backwards as the Tormentor right past you. You feel like that would have been catastrophic damage had it hit, but you managed to brake and hold yourself and just dodge out the way. But this thing turns around and is now almost riding alongside you, ever just so slightly behind, like 30 feet behind or so.
I would have got my reaction because I was waiting
You
for
would have got your reaction, but your target is gone.
Exactly.
So you may choose another target. Also, Ash's would have gone, so I'll roll for Ash's held action as well. Should be this.
Can what would be more important, the driver?
Okay.
Actually, no. Yeah, I would aim for the driver.
Oh yeah, and it is. So.
So it'll be the harpoon. Hopefully I got the setup right.
Okay, wow. Ash also strikes up the stones in a way you've seen many times before, and it strikes into the machine and jolts it slightly, doing a little bit.
And I did the harpoon action. Hopefully I got that set up correctly. 1d20 plus 7.
Okay.
And 2d8 plus...
that will hit. You throw you fire the harpoon at the leader with a 24. Yeah, that definitely hits. And
you can get rid of...
the +2.
No, keep the +2.
What's that?
Get rid of the 4.
Get rid of 4.
Right.
Because there's no strength on that one.
Okay, so it is 14 points of damage. You hit this thing, even hiding behind the steering wheel. You still manage to clip it in the shoulder, and it lets out this squeal of pain, but then looks at you and frowns its eyes.
You made it.
Ava, it is now your go. I keep.
How big is this harpoon that's currently in my leg?
Fairly big. Fairly. It's you could pull it out, but it's
Gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
Can't really do anything until I pull this harpoon out of my leg.
You're very quiet. You need to speak out into the mic.
I'm just thinking I can't do anything until I pull this harpoon out of my leg, because it's a bit of a.
I will let you do it as a free action because you're driving up.
Yo, I'm gonna pull this harpoon out of my leg.
Just make a medicine check.
It's gonna hurt.
Okay. You only take 4 points of damage as you pull this thing out as you're driving along, and you chuck it and let it clatter to the ground. Quickly, like driving with one hand and putting pressure on the wound with the other. You drive forward regardless.
Actually,
what are you doing?
Hold on to it instead of throwing it.
You are very quiet. You need to speak right into the microphone.
Can I hold on to it instead of?
Yeah, you certainly can. Yeah, you can hold on to it.
I'm guessing I'm really far away now, so I'm gonna have to dash.
Yeah, so you can use a bonus action to make the machine to use the dash action when you're driving. So yeah, this thing has a speed of 120. So they went off 100 in that direction. You were circling back. I would say you could easily catch up. But that's your bonus action to dash and helm the vehicle because you've got to turn it as well. So that would be your turn.
I'm gonna. Oh, okay, and to help. Okay, we're gonna hold on to the javelin for next time then.
Okay. So yeah, so like I say, you could, if you could use your action for something else if you're driving, but then it would just keep going in a straight line.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to turn it, that would take your action.
Yeah.
Okay. Ash
Go.
is going to. She's going to use. Yeah, she's going to use Shatter.
If anything needs an attack action, there's always that D12.
Yep. She is going to use... Yeah, she's going to use Shatter. She pulls out of her pocket a small circular metallic device and throws it. It lands on the surface of this machine, and just before sliding, there's a sudden burst
of internet outage.
Wi-Fi died.
Yes.
Rip.
Thunderous sound, and all the creatures on board clutch the gun.
Hey.
Hello?
Go
Got
back.
a few of those
Oh,
words.
Oh, did I cut out? Oops.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. I was just
It was the
just
shatter
doing
spell.
background stuff. Yeah.
The shatter spell shatter
fif-
internet.
15 points of damage,
Ooh.
and the demon grinder will also attempt that save. Disadvantage, but will pass. So it is. Yeah. Okay. So -7, -15, and -15. The vehicle appears to be unaffected by this blast, but the creatures on top flinch back from the sound, and you see blood pouring out one of their ears. Warwick, it's your turn.
If it's a little bit in front of me and going in the same direction, I don't want to go in that direction. I want to turn around and go in a different direction.
Okay.
And using my dash to go further in that different direction.
Okay.
But not near Ava. I don't want to go. I don't want to go past Ava.
I'm kind of going behind the.
Yeah. And we're breaking up again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You use the bonus action to dash.
Yes.
All
Bonus
right, you
action to
dash away, and you increase the distance between you by about 100 feet. So they are now, I would say, 130.
I'm good with that.
Bonus action, you dash. You are now significantly further away from them.
And we lost.
Oh no!
Yeah, we're back shortly.
No.
This does happen when you have internet stuff. On the upside, we still have the audio. At least the music that he's playing.
Yep. So
Um,
you just turned away,
Hey,
and
look,
I'm.
I'm in the DM spot. Oh no.
Oh no.
We're back.
Oh no.
Hello?
Welcome back.
Hello.
I have no idea what's going on because internet issues have never manifested in Zoom just kicking me out.
Yeah.
So I am so confused right now.
And you're not even having to ask to come back in, so it's not a full kick out.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, you slam down on the machine. You send it spiraling off into the distance. But what happens, without you noticing, you crest a cliff that you had missed before, and the vehicle soars off into the air before slamming down hard. I need everyone to make a dex save, except for Ava.
Whoops.
They fell over a cliff.
Or strength or dex. Sorry, strength or dex of your choice.
Oh.
There's a big difference there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going for strength instead of dex.
My dex.
Yeah,
I do my roll strength, but I've already rolled dex. So I'm being good.
And there is a D12 if needed.
Oh,
yeah, Ash is going to use that. Ash is going to use the D12.
Yeah, because it is ashes, but
yeah.
I think that might be needed in this case. We don't want to leave someone behind.
She's also going to use a flash of genius
Just in case.
To add 5 to that.
I'm on top of the cliff still.
Yeah.
Yep.
Depending,
So this car slams down with a heavy force, and you all manage to grab on, hold on. Just it almost knocks the wind out of you, but you manage to hold on to the machine. Okay, now it is Burlock's turn.
I would like to swear in Dwarfish.
Hey, no backseat driving.
Well, there's no action I could really do apart from swear in Dwarfish. But I'll hold a harpoon action just in case it comes into range again.
Okay.
Again, a cold shot to the driver
All right.
if they come into range.
And as you're driving, you're driving down, and you suddenly you hear, "Ah!" and you see you've caught the attention of a winged vulture-like creature, which swoops down out of the sky and now starts to give chase as well. It swoops in to be about 30 feet away from you. This new foe entered the fray, wings flapping, a furious expression on its face. As I have to bring that into the turn order.
Wasn't me, he started it.
So, is this how you expect today to work out? Mad Max driving off a cliff.
Okay. Reservoir, what is your dexterity modifier?
2.
This thing... Oh, it's a tie! Okay. So this is happening... I'll say the turns go simultaneously. This thing swoops in, and it's going to go for... Well, there's 4 of you, so it's going to roll I'm going to roll a d4 to see who it goes for. 1 Warwick, 2 Burlock, 3 Reservoir, 4 Ash. 4 is going to go for Ash. It swoops down out of the sky, and actually what it's going to do... It lets out a piercing shriek. I need everyone to make a con save. Again, except for Ava, because you are far away.
This is great.
Oh no.
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Remember, Warwick, you have your divine protection, level 6 paladin ability. What is your charisma modifier?
3.
So that is an 11, which is still not enough.
I don't
Ash,
have that. I'm not level 6 paladin.
You're not. Oh, that's right. You took fighter levels, didn't you?
Yes, because if I fall as a paladin, the enemies get that bonus.
All right.
And I'm close to falling.
I had forgotten about that. Yes, because I have a paladin in my other game who's a full paladin. So yes, that was a... Ash is going to do this as well.
You have a paladin that's actually doing their job.
Hey,
So, you all
Do you
clutch
want-
your ears,
wanna
and
get off?
Warwick,
I only mean to tease.
Warwick, you freeze on the wheel. You are stunned.
Oh lord.
I'm just waiting for
Until
the cliff to come up.
you are stunned until the end of the Vrock's next turn. Okay, and it is hounding you. But you feel like you could easily outrun it, but it has flown in, shrieked, and that's going to end its turn so far. Reservoir, it is now your turn.
Okay. Well, scary animal. We can't see the other war machine, right? Because we're over a cliff.
So the cliff was only about a 10-foot drop.
Oh, okay.
So you
Okay.
can see behind. You can just see it sort of coming up towards the hill just about now.
All right,
Ava, like almost right just behind it.
Okay, for the Australians, that's a 3 meter. That's a 3 meter drop.
Or for the rest of the world, that is.
I mean, I appreciate it in American terms. So how far away are they?
No, it's a yeah. So they are 130 feet away.
Okay, so they're not. Yeah, I think I'm
Oh, by the way.
going to.
No, never mind. Continue.
No, I'm gonna go after the rock. Do I know anything about this creature? Have I read about it anywhere?
Make a religion check.
Oh.
Religion check?
Where is that skill?
Religion or Arcana.
Oh, I would do Arcana, but
Well,
even with like a base 5, that would be
Yeah, you
11.
you're pretty sure this is what you know with an 11 this is a demon, but that's it. It's a
Alright.
demon.
I am going to chromatic orb them at 2nd level.
Okay.
And we're gonna go back to acid because
Alright.
acid is my friend.
You fire off a 12 will not hit this thing. It swoops down out the way as the orb sails overhead and then splashes against a distant rock. No effect.
So there's
that-
2 rocks or 1 rock?
Dum-dum. Vrock. Okay. The wereboar's turn. One of them pulls out a secondary flask of this demon ichor and slams it down into the machine. Ava, you see out of the back of this thing green fire erupt in a gout of like 5-foot tall green flames as this thing picks up speed. And I want to check if that is a action or a bonus action to do that.
Bonus.
It is a bonus action. So then the wereball is going to go over and jump onto the wrecking ball. And Ava, were you trying to get close to this machine? Because
I was gonna say on my next turn I was gonna try and be beside it.
Because with the speed of the machine and how far away, you could be right up next to them if you wanted to be. So how far away do you think you'd be?
I'd probably be beside them, probably pretty close.
You need to be
realistically.
talk louder, please. So.
Mike.
I think I probably would have been pretty close because I had some ideas of what I was gonna do.
Okay, so he snarls down at you on this little bike, and then turns back, and the wrecking ball in your direction. He's going to aim not for you, but for your bike.
Oh.
And that is going to be.
Are they in range now? From held action for the harpoon?
Not yet, no. So where is there we go. The DC for the bike is 23. So we'll see. No, a 14. What you do is you kick out the wheels from under you and you slide somewhat under as the wrecking ball swoops over your head, and then you quickly throw your weight to right it again and keep speeding onwards, missing you entirely. You hear Ragadraga bark a command, says, "Get me closer!" And he jumps off the machine and starts to make his way down as the other wereboard jumps on, and he's going to use his bonus action to dash and his action to helm, and they also shoot off the cliff at a much faster speed now. They will all make dex saves. Yep, pass, and a pass. The machine lands with a heavy thud into the ground and then speeds up and catches right up to the Tormentor, right up to you four. It is now adjacent to you. And in fact, it is going to make another.
Actions?
I think
I have a held
does.
action of attack.
So yeah, you may use your held action.
Okay, I am going to use the held action, as I said, to target the driver. Because that's what I said, so... 26.
Oh yeah, that hits. That hits. And this creature takes the blow square in the shoulder. But it is still going to charge right into you. Okay. Then
I don't have juke either, because you're...
no, that's going to be its turn.
I do have Duke because it's a new round.
No, we do, because you're... No, we don't, because you're stunned.
Oh yeah, we
On
do.
the rock.
Yeah, true.
Let's see. It was 130 feet away. It had a speed of... I'm going to say, yeah. No, you can't make the dex save because you cannot control this thing. So it slams into you from behind. Because it wasn't going at full, because you're both traveling, it's not as if it's hit a stationary object, which would be a hell of a lot more damage. So I'm going to do this at a dash. You both dashed action. You went 100. It's going to be quite a bit.
We went 100,
Still,
so we went 200 feet. So that speed's
Yeah, you went 200 feet. They went 260 feet.
Yeah, I don't like him.
So that's going to be 6, 8, 9, 11, 14 points of damage to the Tormentor as it rams into the back. And then Ragadraga is going to attempt to make a chomper attack. So he slams down on the controls, and the maw at the front of this machine reaches out and is going to attempt to sort of grab and pull in the Tormentor with a natural 1.
Oh!
Can it please get the rock instead?
So I'm going to roll.
Bite
I'm
its
going to roll
own tooth, bite its
D100.
own tongue.
Nope, it is not severe. It kind of bumps out the way, and then kind of it misses, and it kind of instead of sort of pulling this thing in, the kind of force just bumps the Tormentor forwards a little bit, just missing being caught in its destructive maw. Ava, it is your turn.
Yeah, so just going straight, going back to beside it.
All right, you use your dash action again. So you bonus action dash. You shoot straight forward, and you two now crest this cliff. But you've seen it, you're expecting it, so I would like you to make a dex save with advantage.
Oh, thank God.
You might actually have suspension on your bike.
I mean, I'm good at dex save. But
Easy enough. You shoot off, land, catch yourself, speed up, and you are now 20 feet behind the two of them.
It?
Yeah, 20 feet behind it.
I can't catch up at all.
No, because it dashed, you dashed, it was faster than you, so you are now 20 feet behind it.
How far can I throw?
Your speed is 120, Their speed with the Demoniker is 130.
Yeah, I get that. How far can I throw the javelin?
You need to bring the mic closer to
How
you.
far
because,
can I throw the javelin?
You could attempt to throw it. Yeah, are you proficient with javelins?
Give me a second.
Martial weapon.
Martial weapons, it would be. Don't.
Simple weapon. Hang on, let me just click it.
It could be simple, actually.
Actually,
Let me just check.
Technically, it's a harpoon.
That's a martial weapon. So I will say it's a D20 plus Dex. So just roll a standard Dex check for your attack.
Because I want to try and take out to get it stuck in the wheel.
You want to throw it at the wheel.
Yeah.
Okay. D20 plus Dex.
Yeah.
And anyone wants to donate to help us out, please feel free.
I could, but
Or if you have
no.
XP, you can also redeem XP for donations.
I mean, I could do that.
I could do that. I have 36. I have 36,000 XP.
I've got a
I have
limited I'm
lot of
holding
XP.
back.
I have 25,000 XP.
That will not hit, unfortunately. You throw it, and it's on target, but it just pings off the metal and clatters to the ground, left behind in the dust. These things are big metallic machines. You get the sense that it's hard to find a weak spot. Okay.
Did I hopefully at least get their attention?
Oh yeah, their attention is on you. They know you're there.
Okay.
All
Do you
right,
want their
Ash's turn.
Well, it's either me or you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Ash's turn. She is going to use her action. She's going to use her action.
Just loving the audio.
Mm.
Yeah, no, that's what she's going to do. She is going to put out her hand, and you see her hair flare up somewhat, and you see a sort of mist, almost like when you see fire and the air shimmers above a fire, sort of go out from her hand, and you see the machine the werewolves are driving start to heat up as she casts heat metal. So that's her action. That's all she can do. So, and let me
Forgot
just
about that
check.
one.
Let me
Oh,
check
yeah.
that spell to make sure it can do what I think it does.
Isn't it a touch
So-
So,
base? Yeah.
takes when you cast the spell. Okay. So yeah, she's gonna roll 2d8. Two points of fire damage. That's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, you get the sense these things are probably already fairly used to high temperatures, but regardless,
It was cool.
it
But
was
then
cool.
again-
And it's an ongoing thing.
Going.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing thing. Warwick, you are stunned. That ends your turn.
Yep.
Burlock.
What's the more present danger at the moment? The rock or the big giant metal thing? The big giant metal thing.
Yeah.
We're still within range. I'll like to shoot. How is the driver looking at the moment?
He's looking a little hurt. He's
A little
not
hurt.
not bad, but
He took some
fairly
lightning.
hurt. Fairly hurt.
Lightning got 2 javelins stuck into it and it's still driving.
Oh, by the way, sorry, I keep forgetting to do this.
I thought, didn't he climb down a little bit?
I don't
And
believe
one
this.
of the other dudes took
So before we get to Burlock's turn, a second rock joins the fray.
No.
Incoming TPK.
You're not giving us any leeway for not having a member of our party here.
We're gonna die.
See, This is what happens when you start up a secondary campaign on the same time slot, and a secondary campaign that the GM wants to play in kills off us in the first campaign. That's it.
So,
If I kill you all, I get to play.
Burlock,
Just joking.
Yes.
it's your turn. As you
Okay.
see, almost drawn in by this sudden shriek, you turn and you see a second rock swooping in from the sky on a collision course with the vehicle. What do? The other one is it's not being able to keep up. It's slowly being left behind, but you see another one swooping in from the front.
Okay, we have 8 shots left. Oh, fudgicles.
And you haven't seen me do anything for a while.
Yeah, no. I can't reach over and move the vehicle? No. I was just going to
Alright.
attack the driver and then... Oh, hello, a new rock. New rock. Oh.
Where's Lulu? Is Lulu with us?
We sacrificed Lulu.
Hmm.
Yeah, Lulu's kind of just like
Hiding.
she's like hovering. She's kind of like crouching down inside one of the machine compartments, like huddling down.
Clear and present danger, the big giant metal thing, attacking the driver again.
Okay, roll a hit. That will not hit. Roll a d100 for me.
Don't hit the other driver, please.
You're fine. You fire the spear, but it gets caught on inside this maw, and it just gets twisted up, and you just see jagged metal spat out the back.
Don't think you're getting a refund on that one.
The first rock, for some reason, the turn order, the sort of switch button has gone, so I can't actually advance it.
Close it down and bring it back up, maybe.
Yeah, I'll do that. There we go. Yep, that worked. The rock's turn. It cannot keep up. You guys are going too fast, and after it's screeched, it's gonna dash, but you guys are going far too fast for this thing to be able to keep up, so it is just left in the dust. Reservoir.
Well, at least we can outrun the mean bird. I am going to... so, I guess how close is this metal machine now?
It is right up against you.
All right, so I'm
it
going
is
to
like
do...
it is like almost ramming the back. In fact, what it is, it's almost pushing you along because it is faster than you, and it's right up against your back and pushing you along.
All right, so I'm going to do the fireball a little bit behind it so that hopefully we don't get caught in it.
Ava is also
I'm gonna
right
do
behind it.
Oh, shoot.
You don't know that, though.
Do you? You'd see it.
Do
You'd
I?
see Ava.
Do you want to see Ava?
How far? No, but I'm
You
like.
could either hit.
I'm like 20 feet behind or something.
You are.
Yeah, but
oh no,
this
you
is
are
a
20.
fire.
You are 20 feet behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a 20-foot radius sphere.
So you could possibly.
So you could either
It's a
hit.
Machine.
You could either hit the Tormentor where you four are, or you could hit Ava. Either or, if you want to hit this machine.
And this is why it's always nice to have lightning bolt as well.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine. No,
See,
you're not.
I'll be fine.
Dell would know that, but Reservoir would not want to hit Ava. So I'm going to I'm gonna do a chromatic orb at 2nd level, aiming for the big boss.
Okay.
And we're gonna go with acid, and I really want this to work, so I'm gonna do Tides of Chaos.
Okay. All right, roll a hit with advantage. That'll hit. You fire.
Right.
Are you firing at the leader or the guy driving? Because the leader has stepped off the driver and he's manning the claws at the front.
The leader.
All right, that'll hit for 19 points of damage.
Ooh.
And I would like you to roll on the wild magic table, please.
Can do. This is very useful.
So, what happens, bizarrely, is the music you hear in Syrinscape becomes diegetic. You start to hear ethereal in the background, this pulsing drumbeat, these discordant sounds, almost in a rhythm that is somewhat sourceless, but and it's bizarre, but quite invigorating. And yeah, that's what. So yeah, that was a interesting one.
Does it
Background
sound
music.
basically? Does it sound like the music that I heard when they were playing chess with Barnabas?
No.
Okay.
It's like a steady, almost like a rhythmic war drum beat.
Okay. So maybe I've just started having different auditory hallucinations. This is...
Wait, different? So you're already having auditory hallucinations, and this is just another one?
Well, I mean, I had the one kind of music before, and now I'm having this kind of music.
Okay.
It could have been worse.
But I think,
So,
like, other people can hear this music at least. Yeah, because I'm surrounded by this music.
these boars, they do not like you, Reservoir. You've thrown acid and lightning and brimstone and all sorts of shit at them, and you've been the most effective in harrowing down their defenses. You have merely a time to blink as a wrecking ball flies in your direction with an 11 to hit. And you suddenly, you kind of flinch, duck out the way as it sails over your head, scraping the metal on top of this machine. The whole thing juts to the side as Warwick, you're suddenly awake, and you quickly grab hold of the steering wheel and right it. That was incredibly fucking lucky. Wow. It is now the driver's turn.
And Marco's out again. Sorry, Laura's out again.
He is going to do. Are you kidding me?
You're back.
Welcome back.
Hello? That
Yep,
was
you're
really
back.
weird because you guys didn't change at all for me. It was like I just saw. Is Marco frozen again? I was like, I can still hear you. Oh. So. Cocked. All right. Okay. The second werebor's turn. He is going to leave the steering wheel. He's going to step down onto one of the harpoons, and he's going to aim it at Reservoir
Yeah.
with a 19 to hit.
Yeah, even if I shielded that, it would...
Okay. You take 7 points of piercing damage as a harpoon scrapes your shoulder, leaving a gash in the top of your arm.
I mean, I still have some of Ash's temporary hit points then.
And then he's going to quickly, after doing that, jump back onto the steering wheel and then use his bonus action to dash this machine to keep it going forwards. The machine bumps into the car again, pushing it along, slowly damaging it for another 10, 13... 20 points on the Tormentor.
Okay, so that means our Tormentor is
On 26 hit points left.
And what also happens is suddenly, with this force, you feel this mechanism give inside the machine.
Perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to hear what's going on.
Smoke.
I heard smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming this is like last time where you
Billow
guys heard
out
us,
of
you're
your torment.
frozen a little.
Hello? Am I back? Okay.
Yeah, you're just back.
So now, this entire thing is heavily obscured by smoke. And that ends its go.
That's good, isn't it?
Ragga Dragga's go.
He can't see us, he's in smoke.
Yeah, but we
He
also
can't.
can't
He
see
can.
them.
He certainly can see. You can see the machine,
Okay.
and
Wait, I need my
he is
goggles
once
on.
again going to operate. You hear the grinding of metal and clashing and clanging as the machine is kind of bucked and swung to the side, but you seem to be still driving strong. Ava, you are now 20 feet behind the main machine. You could easily catch up now if you wanted to.
Yeah. You know what?
Oh no.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna catch up and jump on the back.
Oh,
Okay. All right. You rev the machine, drive it up right beside, and leap off, grabbing hold of this huge, crushing machine. 3 wheels, teeth jagged out the front. You hold on for your dear life, and you start to climb up. Just make an acrobatics check for me.
Yeah, up the back where there's no teeth. And I'm not gonna die.
Yeah. You're fine. And you're climbing up now. And you climb up to the top as just as a boar-faced creature turns in surprise at you, having now made your way to the top.
So, using my arms, like, gonna jump up. Do I have any actions or anything, or was that it?
I would say that would take your bonus action.
Oh, sweet.
Here we go.
So you can have your action.
So what's this one ball that's looking at me? Like, what's it doing? Like, what was it?
This one is manning in fact, this one is manning the wrecking ball.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up and just start beating the shit out of it. So,
Okay.
And use those key points you've got.
let's see. Well,
Well, it took her bonus action to get up.
Yeah,
so.
it took a bonus action to get up, so I can only really do 2 hits. But I'll be better next round.
I would like to cast Punch.
Slappy, slappy.
Actually,
Smackdown.
Oh, we needed to get you some of those boots from the Red Hats.
Oh.
oh, I pressed the wrong button. Never mind that. I'm gonna hit twice. Just gonna run up and
15 will hit, and 11 will not.
terrible rolls.
So you strike this creature once, taking it by surprise, punching its face, and its neck snaps to the side. But as you reach up to punch a second time, it catches your fist in its hand. You now are locked face to face on the back of this machine.
I'm not scared.
That is your first mistake.
Being not
It is
scared.
now the Vrock's turn, and it is going to swoop in, and it is going to. It's going to
There's a
attack
bigger
you.
target.
It's going to attack you twice, Warwick. It's just swooping right in and trying to claw at you.
Does all the smoke help?
Yep. It cannot see you, but you cannot see it. So it is just a straight roll. So you also have +5 to your armor class because you're in 3/4 cover.
And also
So-
have the Shield of Faith.
First to hit is a
Concentration.
24.
Oh wait, does concentration keep up when I'm stunned?
It does, yes.
So 24 is a miss.
24 is a miss. In fact, no, actually, I would have to ask you to. I would just say make a concentration check for that.
Okay. That's just a straight con, isn't it?
Con save, yeah.
Pretty good.
Easy. First attack misses you. Second attack also misses you. I'm pretty sure it would have to roll a natural 20 to hit you.
Which is bad.
Yeah, you kind of instinctively you hear this thing screeching coming in, and you duck behind the manifold of this machine, and you hear metal being scraped and struck as
Here,
this
take
thing.
this.
And Ava,
Kidding.
what you see? In fact, I'm gonna have this thing. Oh no! It keeps going, and is just. It gets swallowed by the machine. It swoops in through the smoke, attempts to strike, but its own momentum carries it forward, and it cannot stop itself. As it, in fact, I would like Burlock, Del. I would like you, the other three of you, to make dex saves, as this huge creature
Can I do a strength
barrels.
save?
No, this would be dex.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally had advantage still on, so it would be the 19.
19. And Ash, totally fine. The DC was 10, so hearing this thing, you duck, and it clips your shoulder, but not enough to knock you prone, as it flies over the top of your blackened tormentor, and just... You hear... It's not enough to damage it, but Ava, you see it tear itself free from this certain demise. One of its wings completely just gone, just shredded tatters, and on one side of it just completely covered in scars as it collapses to the ground and is left in the dust as the vehicles speed on. That ends its turn. You hear Ash saying, I think I can fix it! And she is going to delve down beneath, and she is going to attempt to repair this with a dex check.
Really hope she can fix this.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a lot of damage.
I don't think anything you could add is going to help with that.
We don't have anything to add.
Nope. So you
can
hear
add
coughing
plus-
and spluttering and
I mean, I could
muttering
add a
from below.
D4, but
And,
And she can
It's
add
not
a
gonna help.
5 for the exp.
I would say, you know, I'll be fair. I will let her use her Tinker's tools for this. I'll make it a Tinker's tools check with Dex. So it's a +6. So that would be an 8. So the original roll was a natural 2, +6, 8. You may add your D4 if you want. What is this? Tides of Chaos?
No, it's Bend Luck. Can I see her though?
You cannot.
This.
So
Then never
even with her Tinker's tools, you
Can't
just
you-
hear coughing, spluttering, and cursing as she tries and fails to fix this mishap.
Can't she do +5 on something?
She has her stroke of
It's not,
Genius.
genius.
not going to help in this
Something like that.
situation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bum.
Warwick, it is your turn.
Can finally drive. Oh
Yep.
shit. So first, action surge.
Okay.
I'm going to. I'm gonna just shoot with my longbow.
You cannot see anything.
Oh, that's right. It's
It
all
is
black.
blackened by smoke at the
Can't do
moment.
anything then. Okay, not going to use. Okay, turn again, and drive off and dash for the bonus action.
Okay.
And can I actually hold off my driving until like other people have acted?
As in, you want to hold the helm action.
Yeah, hold the helm until the other people who have attacked at this close range. Then I'll gun it and get out of there.
Okay, yeah. I'll say you can do that.
Yep. That's just because every time I do that, that just stops everybody.
Okay, yeah, no, fair enough. Alright, Burlock, it's now your turn.
I can't see anything.
Can't see shit.
Is there anything?
Well, I can't. I could do a harpoon shot with disadvantage and see if I hit something.
You could, yeah.
No, we're gonna do that.
Okay,
Not calling the shot. I'm just firing wherever it goes.
alright. Listening out for where this thing is. You can still hear it, it's deafening, so you aim in its general direction.
You've got
Fire.
a good chance of hitting like the vehicle. It's big.
I do.
You hear ting, but that's all. And that's your turn. Reservoir, it is your turn.
And I can't see anything, and
Can't
I
see
don't
shit.
know where Ava is.
Pretty sure I jumped up after the smoke went out, so you don't
Do-
even know that I'm on top of it.
Yeah. Do I think if it were raining, it might help get rid of the smoke a little bit?
You don't know.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I'm gonna create water, so I'm just going to.
Can you click that spell for me as well?
Yeah. I get it as a once per day as a water genasi, and hopefully Ash is still under our machine.
I would say I'm going to give Ash advantage on the next check because of that. So water springs into existence, and for those of you, the heat is blistering, and the smoke is just making it worse. This does provide some relief suddenly, and you hear the smoke start to dissipate slightly. So yeah, it'll be advantage on the next check for that.
Well, now we're all wet, and Reservoir is happy with that.
Yeah, you're
but-
happy.
You hear additional cursing emanating from below. Fucking!
She had
Don't
some
do that,
cover from the
starfish!
rain.
And then I take my action to get the hell out of there.
Alright, then you rev up the machine and send it shooting forwards. You're not sure where you're going, but you're just driving. It is now the Wereboar's turn, the one with you, Ava. I would like you to make a strength athletics check.
Athletics. Is it gonna try and grapple me?
That's a 20. It grabs hold of you and tries to start to push you, but you fight back against it, and it tries again because it has multi-attack. Make another athletics check.
With that natural 20, could I have, like, pushed back?
Nope. Fine. This thing tries and completely fails to push you off the back of this machine. but you hold on tight, you hold on fierce. Its ally is going to... Let's see.
Aren't they busy driving?
Right. It is going to dash. It's going to use the dash action to, once again, push this thing forward. And due to its increased speed, it once again rams into the back of the Tormentor, dealing an additional... An additional 20. I rolled... no, wait. 23. 23 points of damage. I rolled 3 6s. 2 1s and a 3.
That's how many. We've got
Yeah, I
left.
know. I've taken my own notes as well for this because I'm going.
Good thing Ash will have advantage.
And
Wait, didn't you get out of the
I'm
way?
tempted of bailing.
and
And then try and get
now
their one.
now you hear clang, clang, ting, ting, as bits of metal have now fallen off of your machine and are now just scattered to the wilderness, weakening this thing's armor. It is then going to... That's its bonus action. It is then going to turn around off the shield, run up, and it is again going to try and push you, Ava. Because they don't want you up there. And its most effective way of dealing with you is to just shove you the fuck off. So make an athletics check.
Athletics?
Make 2 athletics checks, please.
Oh, no! The first one.
Alright, what was... So... Hold on. What did I... What was... Yeah, no, I think that's... What was it? No, you rolled a 5. Yeah, no, you just... He rolled quite low on that one, so you're... 2 of them now are pushing against you, and you are pulling them back. Ragadraga. He is...
Miffed?
Yeah, he's going to do it. He is going to, once again, try and use the crushing grinder on your Tormentor.
Time to go, boys, girls.
So. Let's roll. He meets...
Juke.
12 plus 9, 21 beats.
Juke.
It's not a dex save. It's...
Oh,
He has to roll to hit.
Can I see?
I would
him
like
now?
everyone on the Tormentor to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, can I see him? Because if I see him, I can bend luck
You
against
cannot
him.
see him. It is
Damn it.
smoky.
see, this is why you shouldn't smoke,
I
boys
wish
and girls.
the rain worked.
Dex save with disadvantage, everyone,
Oh,
because you are blinded.
For what?
And Ash is going to do it as well.
I already had my own thing lined up, which was
Let me
to
just
get off.
check. Let me just check the... make sure. No, it's a creature you can see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You feel a sudden buckling, and you suddenly... Reservoir, you are at the back, and so you take... Reservoir, you take...
Just remember there is
17 points of piercing damage. As you are, the entire Tormentor is crumpled and suddenly pulled in with incredible force. Reservoir, you are thrown over the back of this demon grinder. The rest of you Suddenly realizing what's about to happen, you all leap off as your entire machine is just scrap metal pulled inside this machine and then spat out the back in chunks of metal shards. Additionally, you all take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you all impact the hard ground, thrown to the floor, tumbling and turning onto the hot rock. And it is at this point we are going to go to a battle map. So,
Don't forget if you have temporary hit points.
yeah, don't forget your temporary hit points if you have them. Let me just quickly get this set up.
This isn't gonna be very good for me because the machine's gonna go very far away and I'm on top of it.
How
Or
is
it's gonna run us over.
Okay.
Holy heck.
You all throw yourselves off as your machine is turned to scrap metal. You are now prone on the ground of the infernal plains. As this thing, you're all prone, by the way, as this thing charges off, and as it goes, it starts to turn around. And that'll end Ragadraga's turn.
We just got this car too.
Yeah, it was a rental.
We'd had it for a couple days.
Ava, it is your turn.
So these two guys, I'm at the edge and these two guys are trying to push me off.
Yes.
Can I like duck and use their own momentum to shove them off?
You want to shove them off?
I want to like use their momentum to my advantage. Sort of.
Okay, yeah, make an athletics check.
Could I make that acrobatic? Because I'm using their
Are you
momentum.
proficient?
I'm proficient in acrobatic.
Go on. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Monks.
17. Rolled a natural 17.
Oh no!
That's one attack.
Okay, well I'm gonna try it again. 10.
It's another natural 17. You simultaneously, you two are locked in this back and forth, and you try and throw this guy. He tries to throw you, or you try and throw him off, but you are both locked, holding on for dear life. That's your action. It was technically the attack action, so you have your bonus, which you can attack with or flurry of blows with, if you want to.
Oh, jeez. Da da da. You know what? I'll just keep going. if I can use another attack.
You can't. Your bonus action can only be to attack. You can't shove. Technically you can't, but I'm gonna say you can. So if you want to use your bonus action off unarmed strikes, I'll let you try again with that.
Okay.
Your way of the open hand, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure with your flurry of blows, one of the abilities lets you push them.
Shove.
Oh yeah. I might do that then. That might.
Read your abilities.
I forgot about that. Hang on, wait a sec. Where was it?
We're only 7 levels into a campaign.
I played an open hand monk up to level 20. They are
the open hand
amazing.
There we go. So I'm gonna, I'll use a key point to flurry of blows.
Okay.
So I get
2 attacks as a bonus action.
and I'm going to impose a strength saving throw.
Okay. A natural 2. So frustrated, you two are locked in battle. You headbutt him, struck, and with that, you use that momentum to jump, spin, and kick him in the side of the head as he's stunned, and he flies off and slams into the ground. So 19 from you, an additional 3d6 from impact. An additional 13. He is left on the ground in the dust as this thing speeds off into the distance with you on it. One board down, but he's still alive, but he's now prone on the ground. Not too far from where everyone else fell. And that ends your turn.
Yep.
It is now... Where's turn over gone? There it is. Ash's turn. She is... In fact, she took the... What did I say for falling damage was? I think it was 11.
Yeah.
So she
Yep.
is down by 3.
Well, I can take my driver's hat off.
She's going to... Oh my god, I've been forgetting to do heat metal this whole time. I was...
2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Ash make a few... Because Ash would have had to make concentration checks from being rammed. So we'll just make... 12, pass. She's got really good con saves. Yeah, no, it would have been fine. So... No, what she would have done, she would have dropped it the second she saw Ava get on. Because otherwise it would have been damaging Ava as well. So, yeah, she would have dropped that. So I would say they would have taken 1 more round of damage from it. 5, 8, they would have each taken another 8 points of damage. Which puts that guy not quite dead. But, because otherwise it might... If I do the full damage, not only would it probably have killed Ava, but it would have had to retcon a whole bunch of the battle, which we don't want to do. So that's what I'll say. That's what happened. Okay, it is now Ash's turn. She is going to. No, she doesn't want to use that last. Yeah, she's just going to use. She's going to use her bonus action to give her and Burlock those temporary 8 hit points again. So, which is going to be an extra 8 temporary hit points for her and Burlock.
Thank you.
So, it's 8. And then she is going to cantrip the... She's going to cantrip the web on the ground with a... she's going to use... Yeah, she's going to use Ray of Lightning. Oops. Hit that twice. Even with disadvantage from prone, that still hits. That boar is lying on the ground, nearly dead. He's electrocuted. But then he kind of grits his teeth and holds on. Still barely alive. Warwick, it is now your turn. You are prone on the ground.
Using half my movement to get up, using the rest of it to go towards this guy.
Okay.
Actually, how far away is the
well, you were there.
wasn't there? Was
You wouldn't have been able to reach it. In fact, you could, if you're using half your movement to get up, you could only get to...
But I wasn't
here.
there. I was here.
Are you? Yeah, you could get to adjacent the wereball, but not the tormentor, or not not the machine.
Well, really, just trying to find out how far it is. So if that's 30 feet, I can get to
but use
15
half your
feet.
movement to get up from prone.
Yeah, and then I can use a bonus action to, let's see, move another 15 feet.
No? Why can you do that?
Knight's move.
Knight's move.
Sorry, the Misty Step.
Misty Step. Okay, you can bonus action Misty Step. Yes, you can.
Yeah. So
You could probably even Misty Step onto it if you wanted to.
that's what I'm planning on doing. That's exactly what I'm planning on doing.
Upgrade.
That's exactly what I was planning on doing. Upgrade. So Misty Step.
You
I spend half my movement to get up.
breath. You run Fanta. Yeah, Ava, you watch.
You're losing. We good?
Back.
Hello?
There we
Hello?
go. We missed most of that
Okay.
description.
Yeah, so Ava, you watch as suddenly, in just a flash of smoke, Warwick is suddenly there standing next to you, halberd at the ready.
Nice.
I will.
Thank you. And use the other bits of movement that I've got left, don't have much, to go to, that's the driver?
Yep, that is the driver, yes.
He looks worse than the other one.
He does.
Let's see how it goes with a hit.
That was my main target for most of my shots.
Actually, I don't even have to go near it because I've got reach.
Yes, you do.
Still with still hold. No, I won't say I'm holding this, but with the halberd, let's see if I can hit him. The new radiant halberd. That's so.
I mean, if you're doing it straight roll, 21,
Yeah.
definitely will hit. He's still alive.
Is he a fiend?
You don't know.
Well, I'm asking because of the
No,
smite.
he's not. He's not.
Thank you. I'm only asking because of the smite.
And with that, you thrust. He's kind of driving and steadying, and you appear behind him and thrust it through his back, and he. You see the ball features fade as he transforms back into this ugly sort of flat-faced human man before a burst of radiant energy flashes through him and he goes limp on the end of your blade before you draw it out.
And that's one attack. Get within reach of the other guy
Right.
and try another attack.
Okay.
Where am I? There we are.
.24 will definitely hit.
Yeah. They are silvered too, just in case that does anything extra.
Yep. Good to know.
I can't use smite on that, but I'm going to use action surge.
Okay.
So. And it's just one more attack, is it?
2 more attacks.
Even better. That's not going to do much.
Natural, an 11 will not hit. No, as he ducks behind the manifold.
And that's
And a natural 1 will definitely not hit. Roll a d100.
Oh, I don't like this.
.38. You're fine. You swing down, clatters off the steel as he puts himself behind the operating machine of the weapon, and as you step forward to stab, he tries to grab you and use your momentum against you to throw you off, but you kind of throw yourself backwards and catch yourself before you tumble off the edge. That'll end your go. Burlock, it's your go.
Oh, I also need to do a concentration too.
You do, yes.
That was one thing I needed to do.
Yeah, you that would have passed. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, well, I get up for half my movement.
Yep.
So that takes me from 35 to 20.
Does, yes.
And I don't think I can get into range with that, can I? Oh, the little guy on the ground.
He's
Oh, he's dead?
no, he's not, because Warwick didn't go for him. Warwick
Yeah.
teleported up on top of the thing.
Okay, so to dash, that's my action, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So I'll use my action to dash, and I'll just get myself about... Would this give me cover if I'm here? From the vehicle if it comes back, depending on what direction it comes?
No, I don't see why it would.
Okay, it just looks like a rocky... and now. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the rocky thing on there? Like, what's this thing?
Yeah, what's that thing?
That is just a bit of different looking dirt on the ground. It is
different
on
looking
this
dirt.
map is a rock, but it's just
It's dirt today. So yeah, I'll just...
because
I'll get here. I will not rage. I'll just go up to go... Use my
okay.
use my bonus action to taunt. To be a dick.
Reservoir, it's your turn. You're prone on the ground.
Right. I will stand up and go 5, 10, 15. And then I'm going to shoot just a first level chromatic orb, acid, naturally, at their leader.
All right. Roll a hit. That will definitely hit. And first level, you said.
Yes, first level, so just the 13.
Okay.
And thank Merlin, I chose first level.
Yep. That hits as the orb flies out, narrowly missing Ava and Warwick as it splashes into him, and he squeals.
Good. That's my turn.
This wereball is going to get up. What's he going to do?
Juggle. 'Cause no one expects the juggling wereball.
He's going to disengage, and he's going to leg it. So he's... In fact, what he's going to do is... Yep.
Yeah, no, it doesn't get an attack of opportunity.
No, What's he gonna do? Yeah, it's dumb. So what it's gonna do is actually gonna use its action to polymorph itself into a full boar, and it is going to leg it 40 feet, which means you do get an attack of opportunity, but it's going to take the risk to be faster to run away.
Okay, then yes, I will attack it with my great sword. Nope.
That will not hit. It sprints out, just getting out towards the edge of the map, but that'll end its turn. It is now the Demon Grinder's, Ragadraga's turn. So it's going to make a... Yeah. What he does is he's gonna jump off. He's gonna jump off the vehicle, because seeing you two are on it, he's just going to dive off. He's going to make a acrobatics check. She's not very good at.
How's now?
Nope.
We upgraded.
Checking.
And
Pretty much.
guess who's my first target?
Taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2,
Oh no.
11 points of damage.
I'm half tempted to just run up and try to kill him. Try to get him.
And he dives off, and as he does so, he also transforms. But instead of into a ball like his enemy, he transforms into a human man with a scraggly long black beard, scars all over his face, and he goes, wait! As he kind of gets up from his prone position. That ends his turn. Next up, it is Ava's turn.
Can I jump off after him?
Make an acrobatics check.
No, I want to go grapple him.
There's a wrecking
Make an acrobatics
ball
check first.
you could use.
I'm gonna grapple him.
10. You, taken by surprise, you quickly jump after him, but even then you're not quite ready for the impact of yourself against the ground. You do take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you fall prone.
Oh, my bad.
But
leg.
you can easily get yourself back up again.
Yeah, it only takes me like 5 feet of movement.
Hmm.
'Cause I'm a monk.
Monks.
So I spend 5 feet of movement just to get back up, and I'm gonna try and grapple him.
Okay. Roll a grapple check.
It has to be athletics.
If you're because you're not like
Yeah.
it has to be athletics.
Ooh. Why are my checks so bad?
He is going to also roll.
Grappling.
14. You grab hold of him and he goes, and he kind of just like pushes you off and steps back, says, "Hold it." But that'll
end my turn.
that'll end your turn. Well, you can try again because you've got 2 attacks.
Okay. Try again. Nope. Why am I checks to either push people off or
You never
grapple
know.
so bad?
He could roll a 1.
Yeah. But he could have a lot higher in athletics.
Athletics is pretty
You, Ash's turn, you hear, "What are we doing? Short stack, are we killing it?" And you see her pointing the machine she uses to cast the ray of lightning at him. She's gonna hold. So, what are we doing? Are we killing him or not?
Don't shoot him, man. Don't shoot him, I'm like standing right there.
Ava's there. Hold.
Warwick,
Holding a
it's
clear
your
shot.
turn. Yeah.
My turn.
You are on top of this
take
machine,
helm.
and it is speeding away.
Take helm, stop it.
You take the helm action, and you bring it to a stop. Are you doing
And-
anything else?
Move to the wrecking ball, and just not actually attacking, but just start swinging it in the direction of him
Okay.
as a intimidation.
Okay. As you all slow down, catch your breath, we are going to we're going to go to break right here as you finally slow down and catch your breath after the intense chase across the blighted landscape. We're going to go to break.
Yes.
That's not how I expected it to work, but we did lose our car.
Oh, we didn't lose a car. We upgraded.
Yeah.
Well,
we're gonna
that's-
have to go back for the motorcycle.
There's a bike back there somewhere.
Thankfully, it was it was
Also,
after
it-
the cliff.
Maybe dead Brock, half dead Brock.
Yeah, that's also back there too.
No, you can get herself some dinner.
Kentucky Fried.
I think it was alive, and there was at least one alive one.
Yeah,
so-
but it's practically dead, so.
We'll just run it over with the thing again.
There's a big difference between nearly dead and fully dead. So
Yes.
Something that's nearly dead can still cast Fireball.
and something that's all dead, you rummage through their pockets for loose change.
Hmm.
We're going to go on break. Stick around, and we'll be back shortly for seeing what we do to this thing, and if we're nice or naughty. Who knows?
Are we saints or sinners?
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.
I think also in future,
Hello,
if someone's
how are we
not
going? I did warn that we were going to read out everybody.
Yeah.
And go.
When the show
Hi.
ends.
I think I know what you're about to say anyway. Oh, thanks for the host, Bear Monks Bang. Thank you so much. So we're back with our second half, or quarter, or it might be a quarter. We somehow survived a TPK. Sorry for the disappointment. So we still have a werebear. 4. And we don't know what to do.
Yeah, so
It did try to kill us.
the
So
smoke
I'm desperately trying to grapple him.
the smoke settles and a subtle sense of calm descends upon he's like, look, sorry, you must know, all right, you bested me, that's fair, take it, it's yours. If you have it, if that's not enough, I've got maybe information. You could have this, and he takes like this diadem off his head and just throws it at your feet. Take that, just please, don't kill me.
What else have you got?
I slowly pick it up.
That's really nice. You can shoot fire from it.
Ooh.
Just please don't kill me.
What about information?
What do you want to know? Just
Where are we?
you're in hell.
Got that part. Next part. Where are
More
we?
specifically.
More specifically, Avernus.
Yeah, knew that one
Yes.
too.
Where
Landmarks.
in Avernus?
I don't fucking know.
Who is the
All looks the
map
same
again?
here.
Right, we're looking for either a tower or a forest.
I unfold the map and go, can you point where we kind of are, like landmarks? We got lost somewhere.
Where the fuck do you get? Where do you get this? This is. You have any idea how useful this would be?
Yes, we use maps. See, we're from the surface world, and in the surface world, we use maps to navigate where we are. We just don't know
It's
where
a
we
bit
are on
out
the
of
map.
date.
Yeah.
This map, I will guarantee you everything's changed by now. And
That
not
might be-
just, it's always changing. Like, if you're looking for a tower, I saw a tower, not a day's ride in that direction. But if you go
Is the
there,
tower always
you might
there?
have, it might be a day's ride in the opposite direction today. Or it might not even be in either direction today.
Right. What about a forest?
I think the same rule applies.
Flies. I think we just pick a direction, drive, and hope for the best. But if it's in the day's direction, it might be closer.
Better than it's a direction.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm not. Navigating this place is a nightmare. So unless you got like a local, like a fiend, they could probably help. But I ain't no fiend. I'm just surviving down here like everyone else.
Why are you down here?
Were you naughty?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. I didn't die, though. I was kind of trapped here. So basically I was banished here and I can't get back.
Okay.
So
How
they'll
long
probably be
have you been
very
here?
naughty.
So
How long?
like 30 years maybe.
Where are you originally from?
I was from a place called... it does things to your memory, this place. I think it was Frostwind Dale. That was it. I was from a place called Frostwind Dale. Or was that me? Or was that Barry? And he points to one of the corpses. No, Barry was from Frostwind. I was from... I don't remember. It's been so long. But, look, if you also... I mean, I also have these. And he takes out a pouch and he just puts it up for you. You grab them and you feel a weight as you take this bag, but not a weight of, not a heavy, not a physical weight, but like a dark, energy sapping weight to it.
Oh, this is my first experience with these, isn't it? If it's what I think it is.
Probably. Look, those this got 3 soul coins in there. You just take them. I can get more if you let me live. I can get more. Just please don't kill me.
How would you get more?
I know. I'd steal them. I mean, my crew's dead. I'm assuming you're gonna take my demon grinder. I could probably work for someone else. Start fresh, you know. It's a big wide world out there for old Ragga-Dragga. I could find a way. I could do something. I've lived here 30 years. I could find something.
Maybe we can use him for part of the crew.
I think we just let him go.
I think Mad Maggie might be recruiting.
Do not. No. Fuck that bitch. Fuck her sideways. Fuck her. No, anyone but Maggie.
Anyone but that.
Why?
Have you got a history? Were you lovers?
Are you frightened of her?
Want to go there?
They were.
Why?
Mind your own fucking business. That's why.
Everyone's just
I don't
nodding their
think
head.
you're really in the kind of place to say that to me right now.
Look, Maggie has got a thing with dreams, and she used them against me. And I don't want to go further than that.
All right.
Very embarrassing.
Do you know a sister?
No. She has a sister? Fuck, there's more of her.
Apparently,
And she's
even
worse.
more mad.
I don't want to know then. Forget the sister.
Guys, I was just... You got nothing really to do with him. There's no harm in just letting him go.
No, but it's always good to get more information.
Your dodgy, jumpy, spinny, kicky friend talks a lot of sense. She's a good egg, that one.
Who else could we possibly encounter out here? Other people like you who are going to attack us?
We're talking about warlords.
Yeah.
Or fiends and devils and the like.
Both. Tell us a bit about them.
Well, warlords, there's Bitter Breath, there's Feanor, Princeps Kovic, they're the three, and Maggie, of course, but I'm guessing you've met.
Just a bit.
Bitter Breath's a nasty piece of work. He's a Cornagon, a horned devil. But he's cursed. He's lost his wings. He can't make contracts, and he can't speak. Hence, Bitter Breath. Feanor is a necromancer, and Kovic is a real fucking bitch of a chain devil. Like, she's just, whoa. She's a bit much.
Right.
Other than that, you're in the home of devils, so they're fucking everywhere. So just be very careful.
Why did you come after us?
Because I might wanted to steal your vehicle, steal soul coins if you had any. Simple. You got survival down here.
That worked out well for you.
Oh,
Be careful
apparently.
about the next group you see.
Lesson learned. I haven't lived down here for 30 years and I haven't been careful, right? Not like that prick who's running away. Yeah, I see you, Jacob. Fuck off. He's always been a shit, that one.
At least he's alive.
And so am I. So far.
Until you get close to him. Then things might be reversed.
Can I put my hands down now? This is getting sore.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can hold them out at straight arm's length.
No,
Oh,
we've taken all these stuff.
Just keep them visible.
I don't think he's in a position to actually argue too much.
He's very outnumbered.
Outnumbered, no vehicle, no so coin, lost his diadem.
Yeah, you don't need to fucking rub it in, you know.
and doesn't even like Mad Maggie. Thought she was delightful. Well,
Considering what we've been through down here so far, Mad Mag has been the most sane.
She's been the most accommodating.
Yeah, she's got her claws in you then, she has.
well,
Don't fucking trust her.
if we
That's
tell,
That's advice worth something.
if we
Don't
tell
trust
her
anyone
that,
down here.
that was
So
her
does that include you?
Well,
Does it include-
you could trust me because what can I fucking do right now? If I do anything, you'll stick me. So you can trust me to want to survive.
Yes, but if we gave you any power, you'd, swing a giant wrecking ball at my head.
Again.
Believe me if I say, it was nothing personal. But you also did throw like a huge fucking ball of electricity at us.
You hurt my friend first.
Now.
We're in hell. Where do you think you are? Survival of the fittest and all that.
I could say the same to you.
I turned to
We'll
Warwick.
call it even then.
Warwick, you know how healing thing, and I point to my leg where there's a giant wound.
Oh, you want some bandages?
Yeah, you're really good at healing.
Who is?
None of your business.
Wait until he.
I mean, you're gonna leave me here without my weapons, without my vehicle. I'm pretty dinged up. It'd be a nice send off.
What, to bandage your wounds?
I think
Or a bit of magical healing, could go a long way.
I think you're pretty strong. I think you can handle yourself.
Point taken.
I
Hey, if
was-
you don't ask, you don't get. Right? If you don't ask, the answer's always no.
Burlock's just there, just going, thinking about it, going, yeah, nods. Do I have any? No.
Well,
You
do
got a
we
bit
have
of damage, we got a bit of damage, call it even.
Any other?
Although what I will do
Lovely
is I'll
friend.
throw a ration pack down for him. So I'll go from 13 to 12, just because he's going to be
He's
walking
not.
for a bit.
He's nice, and he kind of gingerly bends down to pick it up, never breaking eye contact.
Any other piece of information you want to tell us before we go?
What do you want to know?
What do you think would be useful?
I think. Oh, Hmm?
There's obviously stay away from the blood war. There is keep an eye out if you've got money, and by money I mean soul coins. Keep an eye out for the Wandering Emporium.
What's that?
because It's like a caravan run by this guy called Mahadi, and he can fix you up some food, some nice food, not the shit that this plane affects. Like nice things like food.
Alcohol?
He's got like a spa service. He's got a bunch of different things he can offer if you've got soul coins, that is. I'm assuming you guys are new here, right? I mean, you look pretty baby-faced. You don't look like you...
Seen all of hell.
Yeah.
What gave it away?
Just consider us tourists. We're just visiting.
Right, yeah, okay. Additionally, just be on your guard. There's a bunch of crazy shit out there, as you might be well aware. That's what the Emporium's good, because it's kind of like a neutral zone. That makes sense. But it's can be quite hard to find because it travels all over the place.
And the place moves in itself.
Yeah.
We've encountered hard to find things.
If we've run into the Emporium, that's good. Avoid everything else. Cool.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right.
have you heard anything about a sword or anything?
No.
Big, giant sword, flaming.
Flamey sword.
A building under the earth.
Building. No, nothing like that. There's I know of a couple crypts, but if that's what you're looking for.
Is there any bars down here?
Wandering Emporium.
Okay. Just thought it's something else, maybe. Okay.
Okay.
Ash, anything you want to ask our little bald friend before he
Yeah.
buggers off?
Do you have any?
Yeah, tell me.
Equal?
Oh, Demon Ica. Might find some on one of the bodies, maybe. Mine got blown up in your fucking electric explosion spell thing.
Is that a smirk?
It absolutely is.
Ash goes, yeah, what do you know about a wizard? you know about any wizards down here? Yeah. I know there's a stuffy prick in his tower. I mean, the one, about,
The one who days that way.
yeah. Or at least it was. It was. Is that the tower you're looking for?
We're looking for a tower which isn't always there. I don't mean moving, but actually just not
Yeah,
being there,
that
disappearing.
probably is
sometimes
that same
coming up.
tower. It's called the Tower of Avernus. And some, like, famous archmage lives inside it. What was his name? M something.
Nice guy.
Not really. I've seen him once or twice, just because he kind of, sometimes he steps out of his, like, he steps out onto his balcony and he gives, like, contracts out. Like, if he wants some rare, like, spell ingredient, he'll send, like, a devil off to get it for him. He's, like, bald, goatee, flowing robes. Nasty looking fellow.
What kind of magic does he specialize in?
He's an archmage. I don't know, all sorts. I don't get a look in his tower.
Okay.
He's Mordy.
Morty's his name?
I've heard him called that, yeah. He's called Grumpy Old Mordy.
Oh.
Okay. Mordecai?
What was that?
No, that would be my knowledge, not player, not
Yeah.
character.
I know, like my eyes for a second. I was
That was just, yeah, that was just me thinking.
Is there anything else? Any other information? I mean, there's like, I know there's like, watch out, there's like a floating island that sometimes shows up. There's like, there's, like,
have you seen a structure that barrels through this area, leaving a sandstorm in its wake?
oh yeah, there'll be one of them flying fortresses. There's several of them.
Okay.
A couple of crashed ones. If you look around, but you'll usually find either Zariel in one of them or some other highfalutin archdevil or pit fiend prick.
Is anyone
Right.
nice down here?
No, absolutely fucking not.
Burlok just looks at Av and just points.
We should probably go get my bike if it's still
Yeah.
there.
And we're going to have to see if we can find some of that demonic or...
One last thing. Have you heard of or seen a red devil that calls themselves Ben?
Ben.
Yeah, have you met Ben?
No. No. That doesn't seem familiar.
Worth a shot.
He's a weird one, but yeah. Oh well, I think we're going to have to go backwards and collect off stuff off. We can't really leave you out here defenseless.
Ah, it's
Um,
fine.
We absolutely can.
Well, I'll give him a dagger.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Dagger and Days
He does have a mace on his side, which he's kind of left there.
Oh,
Hmm.
he's not
Trey?
defenseless.
Not defenseless.
Do you still give him the dagger?
Yeah, I'll still give him the dagger.
Thank you.
No, don't stab us in the back.
I'm gonna go check the.
I don't think I'd live to tell the tale, frankly.
No, you wouldn't. And whoever you join up with, if you ever see us, tell them to go the other way.
If I join with someone, you can tell I'd be the one following orders. That's for sure. And if you see someone else, you best be careful because, well, we're just a scrappy bunch of pigs. There's some nasty ones out there. Much bigger
We'll keep an eye
crews.
out.
That's all I can suggest. An
Hey.
appropriate amount of caution.
Well, I can't say it's been a pleasure meeting you, but it's certainly been an interesting day.
Hey, you know what? It was kind of fun. No, okay, never mind. I'll be going. Barry, you fucking get back! And he starts wandering off in the direction that the pig ran. And you see him as he goes. He kind of looks back to you, and then he turns into a pig himself and just runs off into a boar.
These are
Would
an
you like me
interesting
to
fellow.
identify that circlet, Ava?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit down for a sec.
Yeah, let's
Oh, I
feature
can
some
also.
feature wounds a little bit.
Yeah. How much healing do you need?
Oh, I love it.
Let's see. I'm on about half, so about like
That's not too
20
bad.
something. But
All
20
right.
something. I can give you 20.
20 is better than. 'cause
I
don't have me on
can-
42.
I have a staff of healing too.
Because
So-
I'm down 27.
I guess who all needs healing?
Yeah.
Because I can just.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm down
Um,
27 points.
Burlock, are you down any?
Take 20 points back.
I'm 3. 3
Okay.
down after all that.
And
How are you?
I'm rough.
Oof.
Is Ash down any?
She is. She's only very slightly hurt. In fact, she's
Well-
also only 3 down.
Yeah, most of us
Yeah,
are only
we're-
3.
Regardless, it's worth it to do this instead of doing one on both me and Ava.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a mass cure wounds. Everyone get close.
Yay, group hugs.
Plus, and I think it's, my spellcasting ability modifier, which, how charismatic am I again?
Very.
Is it 20 yet? Or is it, it's 18. All right. So I will do that. So we can all get up to 14 points back.
Yay, full HP.
Yay, full HP.
For you guys.
Taking a half
Thank
of
you.
the leg.
Thank you, Starfish. That almost makes up for the time you made it rain on me.
Oh, you were under the stupid.
Burlock's just gestures to Ash. We're going to upgrade.
Oh, we did? Let me see if I can do a bit of repairs on it. It looks a bit bashed up. And she goes and heads off and starts to tinker away at the machine and make some adjustments and fixes.
Or do we want to bother trying to go back for the bike?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we may want to make those repairs first.
So, let me just check the rules
Mike,
for
Kash,
repairing.
can't hear you.
Try to. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out on the
Restoring
horizon.
damage.
Yeah. MLP, do you want me to put those soul coins with the others? Or would you like to keep them?
Passes them to Reservoir. I don't pity you holding these. Passes them to soul coins to Reservoir. Is Reservoir the one that's got them at the moment?
Yeah. How many do you have, Reservoir?
Did we have to use them yet for the machines that we were driving?
You haven't yet, no.
No? Then I have a total of 6.
Okay.
Okay.
As you grasp hold of these and you clutch them, and you feel sickly. You feel it feels so horrible to hold these. Just so many. You can almost hear the screams. You can hear the giving you this exhausted weight to your movements that you feel ineffective.
Yeah, I can't carry that many.
Oh.
And
Well-
I've identified them, so I would know what it is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You did use identity.
Yeah, I would give them back. Or if we want to split them up,
Maybe splitting up's a good idea.
yeah.
Then it's equal.
So out of character, we can only carry a number equal to or less than our Constitution modifier. So.
Well, in that case, I can carry 5
I can carry 2.
because my con's 5. My con modifier is 5. Sorry.
Do you want to take here? If you keep the 3 MLP, and Emmy, you can take 1 that I have, because my con is 3, so I could keep it. But if we want to split it up a little bit too, that might be
Probably a
good.
idea.
Okay, so I'll put soul coins
Okay.
in my thingy then.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 soul coin.
And then while Ash is doing those repairs, can I identify ritually the circlet that was?
Yes. It is now in, if you you can now see it in the magic items list. Circlet of blasting.
Yes. So about once a day, you could create 3 small little globules of fire that could hit a target creature. It might be useful for you not having anything ranged to be able to do this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'll explain how that
blow up.
works, and I will
basically
give it to her.
it does not require attunement, so you can just wear it, and you can use an action to cast Scorching Ray with an attack bonus of +5. And you can do that once a day.
Once per day. It's
Once
better
per
than
day.
nothing.
Once until the next dawn.
And it doesn't require attunement, so it's just a free thing.
That's all
I'm
useful.
gonna wear that. What's it called?
Circlet of blasting.
Circlet
All right.
of blasting.
Circlet of blasting.
I'll just.
Once the repairs are made, if you're taking a short rest, we're taking a short rest while repairs are being made. But we do
Taking
need
a
to see if we
short
can go
rest.
back.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm rolling hit dice.
Yeah. But if we do need to see if we can try to find the demonica from those bodies.
If we can find the bodies.
Yeah. And try to find the motorbike as well.
Yep. Once Lorian's back, I'll do an investigation on the things, see if I can find anything. Welcome back.
Hello.
Can I do an
Alright,
investigation of the
yes.
actual thing to see if there's anything being left over? Like demon
Oh,
core of the actual vehicles
Yeah,
inherited.
so you, especially mainly looking over the dead bodies, you do find a single flask of the stuff.
That makes me happy.
Ash is going to make a Tinker's Tools check to repair this thing over the course of the hour.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to
22, yeah, easy.
I'm going to try to search through the wreckage of what was our vehicle
That's
to see if we can find anything left over that's useful, like our chairs.
2d2.
Be
You just want your umbrella,
Chair
don't
is the
you?
most important part of any vehicle.
Before having
Well-
a short rest, I recover my key point.
We might put straps on them, so if we do go over like a little cliff again, we're not shaking around as much.
No, absolutely.
Hold on.
Because these things aren't really made for safety.
I think we're in hell. I don't think passenger safety is a apt concern.
True.
Where's it say repairs? Where have repairs gone?
No idea. I don't even know what the new vehicle is called. The demon.
Ah,
something.
yes. It is.
I can delete.
Yeah, 2d2 plus 2, 2d4 plus 2. It's not a lot. Yeah, that's going to be an extra 8. So
Yeah, sorry,
I will show
heard the scene a lot.
you what this is.
Yeah, there we go. The breakup again. It's been a fun day of internet.
Because now you have capacity to use it.
Oh,
Demon grinder.
Yeah.
And
Can
you
we
can
get
see
a?
what would have happened had you been hit. Hello?
Oi.
Am I back?
Yep.
40, 10.
Yeah. Oh,
Hello?
man.
Yeah, you're back. That's a lot of.
This could
I
have
am glad
gone-
that I was not hit with a wrecking ball.
Oh, what does a wrecking ball do?
What they got? That means they rolled a natural 2. If they rolled anything above a 2, unless I'd shielded,
Oh,
that would have
8 plus 4.
straight knocked me
Hello?
out.
Hello?
Okay,
Hi.
hi.
Hello.
So many
Now we're looking at the things. We're just going. In the break,
I
you said
would've
we got
died.
lucky. We got very lucky.
Yeah.
So and yeah, that if you'd been reduced to 0 by that chomper, that's unresurrectable. At your current level.
At our current level, yeah. We'd have to like find a little piece of someone and like take it to someone really powerful.
Well, yeah. I mean, we don't even have a cleric anymore. Like,
No, in hell. without a
even
cleric.
if, yeah. Like we're kind of unresurrectable at any level right now.
Mine now.
Sorry, I'm just looking
It's
at the
bad.
stats and this thing going, oh, heck.
Yo.
It doesn't get. Where's the stats? Where's the hit points? And
We'll have that for next one.
no problem. I
Okay,
think
so
once that's up and running, we need to go and see if we can find the bodies that have knocked off in the way
And the
and
bike.
recover the bike. Is the main thing.
can we put the bike in the demon grinder? Like a little buggy
Has a
thing?
capacity of
It
1
does.
ton.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has the cargo capacity, so.
Should be fine. Devil's Ride.
So because again, internet issues are really acting up, so we're gonna start to wrap this up.
Yeah, we'll finish it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all you collect yourselves and this newly appropriated vehicle, cleaning off the viscera and blood from it, and kind of keeping a wide berth of the enveloping moors at the front of this machine. You fix your bike up on the top, and where are you going?
Well, we have a direction of where the tower is, so I
I
say
know. Yeah.
best for the tower.
Yeah, well, where the
I know
tower
it
was.
could have changed, but that's our closest.
I would like one of you to roll 2d4.
Can I do it?
Go for it.
Dips.
Go for it.
2d4.
This is our random direction.
Okay.
4
You drive for the better part of a few hours. And as you approach, you approach the banks of the river. once again, rising out of the distance. But before you notice that, you see in the sky, floating almost a mile above the ground, an island. And it looks weird, different from below. And directly below the island, you see situated a single tower connected to the below the island on the banks of the river. And around it, you see a crowd of various shaped fiends, devils, Ugoloths, all just milling about, not fighting or scrapping, but just waiting. As you approach, a few of them turn to look at you, but then they don't seem to mind. They keep their eyes back on the tower. And that is where we'll leave today's session.
Okay, this is bad.
Don't know that's good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hopefully it's the right tower.
We haven't
Yeah.
been immediately attacked, but we were warned about an island in the sky. So,
We were warned about everything in this place. Everything's bad.
Don't.
yeah, solidly fair.
Yeah.
And if something's scary enough to make sure both sides of the blood war aren't fighting, that's bad, most likely.
Isn't it just demons?
Anyone who wants to can make a religion check.
I would like to. Oh,
Not.
Burlock. And Ava, you see devils. It's the ones that you recognize. You see a few Ugoloths, but you don't see any demons.
Okay. So it's
And you would know, yeah,
So it's one side of the blood wall.
you would know, and with Burlock with a natural 20, you would know from some offhand reading you may have done. Ugoloths are on neither side. They are the neutral evil fiends as opposed to the lawful evil devils or chaotic evil demons. They are the neutral evil, and they usually act as mercenaries for either side.
okay.
They're the third
Or if-
party in the blood war.
If they're not just going about their own business, whatever that might be.
So I think we're leaving it there.
Yep.
We're in a bad place, but then again, we're in hell and we didn't get a TPK somehow.
I know. Oh.
That was so
Yeah.
lucky.
Yeah.
It's not often you can just give players the stat block after they beat an encounter.
It's just like,
Yeah, that's bad. The vehicle that we were up against was really, really bad, and somehow it didn't just... Well, it did actually destroy our vehicle, but we survived it somehow.
The thing is, it was primarily going for your vehicles.
Yeah.
Luckily, you managed to get onto it and take care of it before it turned around to run you over.
Yeah.
Oh, if it was going to go for me, I was going to do the same thing, but get on top of it. But anyway, Lauren, would you like to do your outro first?
Yes, I have been Lauren Ross. I've been your game master for tonight. Follow me on Twitter at Lauren Ross Music. I'm on YouTube as well at Lauren Ross Music. Last weekend, I had a cover come out, which I did the vocals on. That's not on my channels because I was a featured artist on this, but it is on a channel called Louis Vasquez Music. So go check that out. It's a cover of Thrice's song Black Honey, which if you are in the Goblin Cave Discord, I've posted in the music channel because self-promotion, well, hey. Also, I've got a song out on Spotify, Apple Music, all the things above, you name it, Tidal. It's called Find Your Light. Go have a listen to it. And I have just finished a song in the last couple of days, which I will be getting ready to release. So look forward to that. That's all I got.
Emmy?
Hi, I'm Emmy Rabbit, but you guys can call me Emmy. I play Ava, the human monk, And I'm so surprised that we didn't die. I'm so surprised Ava didn't die from... This was probably like the most scared I've been of her being reckless. Because she was very by herself. Because of how massive the distance was between the vehicles. But it's okay. We survived. It's fine. Nobody died. So everything's fine.
Well, we don't know about the ball guy. He could just be...
It's fine. You can find me over on twitch.tv/gatheringofnerds where we do all sorts of things. We've got a Vampire the Masquerade game. We've been playing Tabletop Sim and Minecraft. We've recently been doing like some challenges and stuff on Minecraft. We've got Jess's mother actually, who's done like some like she's like run servers and stuff on Minecraft in the past. So she's actually been making like challenges and stuff for us. So we did a build challenge last night, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, so that's me, and we'll see you next time.
And MLP?
Hello, I'm Mr. Producer. I've been playing your Dwarven Barbarian, BURLOCK UNGUART. And you can catch me at twitch.tv/Mr. Producer and all the other socials, where I'm getting back to doing VR again, and that's been so much enjoyable. And yeah, just hammering that through and enjoying it. Del?
Hey everyone, I'm Del. I've been playing Reservoir, your Water Genasi sorcerer. I think tonight went really well. Like, I feel like we did very well for what was possible. So I'm glad that we're not dead and we upgraded. This is pretty much the only place you can find me playing Reservoir, Lady Grace, or Gwen, depending on what show is running.
Space Lady Grace.
Space Lady Grace or Lady Grace?
Space Lady Grace is a little meaner than Lady Grace.
We'll see. So that'll be next week. We're doing this every fortnightly, so we have yep.
If you remember, the next not next week, but the week after, I can't actually do this either.
So we're going to have 2 weeks of
so there's 2 weeks of Starfinder, then back to this. Because I have a webinar I have to attend early the next morning after this game, so I cannot stay up late for it, unfortunately.
Totally okay. So we're going to have that for a couple of weeks, which is going to be fun. It's different. We don't generally play space stuff in this community, so it's nice to have that change. We're learning the rules from mostly scratch, and it's, as I said, kind of different. So we are back to full programming now that all the painting has been gone and done with. I have hurt my back, so I haven't been actually, in theory, back to full program, but I actually haven't been here because I've been too pained or too medicated to do stuff. So tomorrow we're going to have our TTRPG book week going to run. We're most likely going to be doing Shadowrun because I really need to actually get into that and look into the rules myself, because I do want to do the Shadowrun beginner box soon. So that's most likely going to be tomorrow. If not, it's going to be another game system. I recently got Goblin Quest, which is awesome. Highly recommend that one. So I really want to get into that too. There's so many games out there I want to run on the channel. So thank you everyone for coming in. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for everything. It's been amazing. Thank you for Lorian for running this and staying up super late for us.
Not a problem.
We're going to be raiding Zombie Orpheus Entertainment on their Twitch channel. They are doing Void Jumpers. They are amazing. They are who I look up to when it comes to improv style role playing. They're very, very creative, and they've been around for ages doing some amazing stuff. So that's who we're raiding. Stick around for that. We are going to go to our credits, and we'll raid after it. So thank you everybody here, and thank you for joining.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye.